Hey y'all, this is the solution to the Fizeau speed of light problem. The problem is working out exactly the same as it was in the YouTube video, except we are now increasing the speed from 13 revolutions per second to 18 revolutions per second, and wondering how many teeth should be on that wheel in order to make it work at 18 revolutions per second. Now here's the thing, at first I ask you to think about, with your gut intuition, should we have more teeth or fewer teeth if we have to increase our speed? Think about it. If we have a ton of teeth, if we pack that wheel full of teeth, right, the space between a gap and a tooth gets really, really small, so you don't actually have to spin it as fast in order to occlude that light. So the more teeth you have, the slower you'd be able to spin. The opposite is true. If you have just a few teeth with a big wide gap in between, that means you're gonna have to spin that sucker really, really fast in order to, make sure that the light passing through gets stopped here, because we have to cover more physical distance here. So faster spinning would equate to fewer teeth. So the gut reaction instinct is that our answer should be a lower number of teeth than what we had in the original YouTube problem, which was 720. So our answer should be less than 720 teeth, and we'll keep that in our minds as we go along. So in this case, all right, we want to know the amount of time it takes, all right, to spin that wheel around, and if you remember, that equation is 1 over the revolutions per second, which in this case is 18, times 2 times the number of teeth, and I'm just going to use a big capital N to represent number of teeth, because remember, it's 2 times, because with the teeth, you've got the teeth, and then you also have the space in between the teeth, so you're actually doubling that number, all right? So we know that the time it takes is going to be equal to 1 over 18 times 2 is 36, 36 times some number n, which is the thing we're solving for. We can set this time equal to, all right, the amount of time it takes, if you remember in the experiment itself, for the light, if this is the mirror and this is the wheel with the teeth, right, for the light to pass through, bounce off, and come back. So that time is going to be equal to the, the distance times 2, all right, over that speed of light, right? So the distance is still that 8,000 meters, as per the video. So 8,000 times 2 for the total distance is going to be 16,000 meters, right? Divided by the speed of light, which we're using as 2 point, and here's where I screwed up. I had a typo in the homework where I said 2.88. I obviously just hit the 8 button instead of the 9 button, which is what it should have been, all right, for meters per second. When we set these things equal to each other, all right, you do the algebra on this equation to solve for n in this case. And if you do that, if you use 2.99, you should get n equals 519 teeth. All right. If you accidentally, well, not accidentally, I'm the one who's the accident here. If you use 2.88 as that number instead, you should have n equaling 500 teeth. I will accept both of these answers, regardless, if you show me which number you used here. But either way, all right, these numbers are indeed less than 720 teeth, so it backs up our reasoning from earlier. So here are your answers for that problem.